the norms of society. Hello, charming family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. In this segment, I'm happy to open up my financial stability series. Now, I've been working towards this. Always someone who like to save, and so I thought it would be interesting to do this, together, even spiritually, like everything that's created or everything in this world, include money, belongs to our creators for those of us who are actually believers. So, you are worthy of acquiring the finances or financial stability that you need to get through this life. So it's also temporal that you need money to buy things, right? So let's get into this first segment. Now, it's good to look at actually what is financial stability. So, financial stability is having consistent and reliable financial streams of income where your income can comfortably cover your expenses, as well as having enough money in savings and investment to take care of future needs or emergencies. So that's like the basics, right? So it really means being free from constant financial stress or having to worry about when can I get paid so that I could take care of these things, things like that. So financial stability gives us that flexibility that would enable us to plan for the future or make better provisions for family and so forth. And so this is very important to me. And if you're someone who's working towards financial stability, then this series or this video is for you. For those who have reached that mark or goal, there are also things that I'll share along the way if you're already financially stable. So, to gain financial stability, right, there are some things that you want to consider doing, like creating a budget. Having a budget like gives you more control, so you're able to track your income, finances, expenses. You know where your money is going, and surprisingly, when you see where your money is going, it gives you some sort of control. This helps to manage your spending and give you more control of what, per se, you can't and can afford. So, creating a budget is important. The next thing you want to consider doing, build something called an emergency fund, or whatever you want to call it, like something set aside for emergencies. Now, they always say, at least have 6 months of money that would cover 6 months of living expenses for cases of unexpected events, like if you lose your job, if a family member gets sick and you'll have to take care of them. So that money would cover that period where you took out time to take care of those things, or if you're sick, things of that sort. So building an emergency fund does come in handy. Some might say, I work paycheck to paycheck, or live paycheck to paycheck. How can I build an emergency fund? We'll um, get into some things that could be done to help build an emergency fund. The next thing you want to do or consider doing to gain that financial stability is to reduce your debt. Reduce your debt or whatever you owe, right? Whether to bank, anyone, whatever is considered debt. So you want to pay off your highest interest debt, because that would be more money accumulating. So you could pay off the highest interest debt, or you could pay the small amount of loan, however you choose to do it. But the highest paying debt is a great way to start if you can, or you could pay whatever loan in the smallest amount, or and the next step, whatever you owe, like credit cards, loans, medical bill. you know Having some payment, whatever, no matter how small, like something going towards that. Because, or even with medical, finding out different means as to how those bills can be lowered. There are so many programs, especially here in the US, where those can be lowered. When it comes to like credit cards, sometimes when you call like the company, they may reduce or they may give you a deal depending on how long you owe. So those are just some pointers. So this is a huge one as well. Point number 4, you want to live within your means. Financial stability, I know you want to live within your means. So you want to avoid a lifestyle of inflation. So what that means is you don't want to, everything you're in the in, or because you have like another job, or you have a little more income, then you just readily make yourself available to take on other expenses when you might not have to. But these are all your choices. But it comes down to prioritizing your needs, and spending more because you're earning more is not always, doesn't have to be. So prioritizing your needs and seeing what is actually a want and what is a need. So if you're doing these things over time, you would be surprised how much more of a financial stability or control you have when it comes to your finances. So, point number 5, if you choose to invest wisely, right? I'm going to say this, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just a young lady who wants to have that this kind of control, and have this somewhat have control over my finances, in able to have the stability that I want, right? So if you invest wisely. If you're at a place where you have paid off all your debts, as I mentioned in the beginning, not everyone have debt and all those things. If you don't have these debts, then wonderful, you're able to save even more. So you wanna look towards like investing in your future. Like, you might be saying you're young now, but it's good to invest in like retirement, like maybe a 401k, IRA, things like that that grows your wealth over time. Um, things like having land or a home or anything that's like an asset that, the value probably increases over time. And so it's very important to save towards retirement or invest. Number six, to gain that financial stability that you want, especially for those who don't see any way of like maximizing the income that they already have. Look for ways that you can increase your income. Have multiple sources of income. Look for ways to maybe elevate in a job that you're already at. Like, invest in additional skills that you could do outside of your job. Creating additional income streams, because when I look at like some people who, they've been there too and they're successful now, when I look at it, they have so many things going on. Even if it's two, at least it's more than one. So it's not one source of income. If something doesn't work, then something else is able to, they'll say chip in or cover. So that's like those are ways to, maximize your financial stability or move towards that path of gaining financial stability. I'm telling you, family, I'm telling you, viewers, I am striving for that. I have so many ideas sometimes that it's just the time to like really execute them, and I am going to be sharing some things in this series, so stay tuned. But on to point number 7, have assets, protect those assets. So, assets, ensure that you have, if you're gonna invest in like health insurance, life insurance, home insurance if you have a home. Because, yeah, you could have a home, but if you don't protect it from the elements, you could lose on that part, So, in terms of asset, land, and all those things that I mentioned, you want to be able to protect what you have, because the unexpected can happen. Your kids are also asset. My kids, if you have kids, are assets. I am investing in them what I was not able to. So basically, what I know, I'm letting them know so that they have those tools from a tender age. Because if they start from a tender age, by the time they reach my age, can you imagine what they're able to do, and the scope of like thought process and level of thinking in terms of what they want to do, and not like just confined to, for example, for my kids, yeah, I'm going to teach them, you want to get a solid education. But outside of that, you could start your own business. Whatever idea you have, it might look simple, but if you continue on that part and you invest and do the research and have the support, you will be surprised what that is. And the last thing that I'll share for this opening of the financial stability series is to set clear financial goals. So for me, financial stability, it might be that you are trying to buy a home, you're trying to buy I mean, a car is not really an asset. Uh, the value will go down. So you want to invest in things like home. But there's nothing wrong if you're financially stable to buy like your car or whatever you want to buy, or you know, but things like saving towards retirement, having something set up outside of like a company's plan for you. You could have an account geared towards financial goal like retirement, or buying a home, or financial goal to save for your kids or children college, like a college fund. So if you're stable like that, those are things that you could do. And for you just want to create that plan and take step towards reaching those plans, right? If you plan to buy a house, saving, like, how do you plan to buy it? Like, do you plan to do it by saving only cash, or do you plan to have like a pre-approval to get that loan? Like, you want to make those steps. Like, before you start looking at the home, you want to get pre-approved so that you know what your finances are, what you're able to afford. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, it has to be clear. Otherwise, that plan or that goal will not fall through. So I hope you enjoyed this first segment of my financial stability. And I just know within my heart, because God dropped this, I know that many of you are on the same path. And so I just want to dive into this in it to share a lot more. But that's my introduction to the series. Thank you so much for joining, and I appreciate you all so much. And I pray that you will get to that financial stability, and I pray that your finances will be blessed as well. So see you in the next one. Bye.